how many doves you can kill.
Oh, right.
You have to have your limit.
Right.
If you're ever going fishing in Tennessee, you're only allowed to have 5 black bass per person.
Okay.
Well, Mark Jones and Earl Wilridge either didn't know that or they just didn't care. The 2 Tennessee fishermen were found with more than 40 black bass in their possession, which, of course, is illegal.
Right.
But that's not even the end of the story. The duo were arrested after a landowner confronted Jones and Wildridge, saying, hey, you know, you're not supposed to have that many damn black bass with you. Well, they responded by mooning him and then tipping over a portable toilet on his property. Jones and Woolridge are now facing charges of counts over the limit of bass, illegal possession of wildlife, and not having a life jacket in their boat.
What else can we find, huh?
Yeah. Stick around, we'll find something. And speaking of game wardens, here's a game warden in Titus County, Texas. I'm not sure where that is. But he arrested a man for possessing a shotgun. Now, you know, anybody can have a shotgun. The problem was the fact that the guy is a convicted felon and is not allowed to even handle a firearm, much less own one. Well, what made the situation even worse was this was the 3rd time this guy has been arrested for firearm possession. Some people just never learn, I guess. Well, the warden had spotted the weapon only because the man, quote, out of the blue, approached the game warden and said, hey, you want to inspect my hunting license? Which, as it turns out, was in order. But when the game warden decided to randomly run a background check on the man, his felony conviction for armed robbery happened to pop up, leading to his arrest, because if you're convicted of armed robbery, you ain't supposed to even handle a firearm. Well, it turns out if the guy just shut up and not said anything, he'd be a free man. But no, he had to say, hey, Mr. Game Warden, sir, I got my hunting license here. Would you care to check it over and make sure everything, all I's are dotted and all T's are crossed? Why, sure, son. That's a nice shotgun there. What's your name? Let me see. Shouldn't have said nothing, bruh. I'm just saying.
Here's Orlando Melendez. Now, Orlando is representing himself in court.
And you know what they say about that?
And his plan is, if nothing else, is creative. You see, this 20-year-old is facing charges after he used a toy gun during attempted robbery in Springfield, Massachusetts.
A toy gun?
Now, his defense is that he used a toy gun because he's literally a clown. And Melendez is requesting that he be allowed to show off his clownliness by juggling in court. Because he figured this would not only be the simplest, but the only possible proof that he is a jester and a clown.
Absolutely. And he was only kidding.
He was only joking with the toy gun.
Come on, it's a toy gun.
Waka, waka, waka.
I'll keep the money that you just gave me, but it's only, come on, I was kidding.
The judge denied that motion.
I would imagine.
The jury selection June 8th. Good luck.
Yeah, see how that works.
And we have a video I think on the website of what? Of Allegra Cole.
Oh, yes, she is up there.
Allegra Cole has a mission in life, and her dream is to be the 21st century poster woman for carrying big breast.
Yeah, and it's cartoonish.
Now, everyone, I guess, has a dream, and this Mormon glamour model is well on her way to fulfilling hers. See, Cole makes a 6-figure salary being a model, and he used that money to put herself through 3 boob enlargement surgeries. Now, her cups runneth over to the tune of 34 mm and 52 inches.
Now, normally you say, no. She looks like a Tex Avery cartoon.
Just not sexy at all.
Her ultimate goal is to empower women. She feels that she can make the world a better place by showing that just because women have large breasts doesn't mean that they're trashy. Of course, her walking around with massive knockers in her tiny tank tops aren't likely to help, but at least you get to watch it. And it's on the Bo and Jim page at LoneStar925.com.
Now, we all like big breasts just like most men, but this is ridiculous.
This is the Texas Avery
this is
cartoon version.
This is stupid. It just does nothing. nothing.
No,
She can't even tie her shoes.
No, she can't bend over to tie her shoes.
Oh.
Even if she had to tie her shoes, she can't even flip them on. Here's kind of a sad one, but in Anchorage, Alaska, a suicidal man tried to blow his brains out with a gun, but only succeeded in shooting his girlfriend after the bullet passed through his head into her chest.
Oh.
He survived. She died. Now he's facing second-degree murder charges.
How's that possible?
Alaska authorities found one shell casing after Victor Simpson tried to kill himself, but his 22-year-old girlfriend, Brittany Mae Hagg, is the one that ended up dead.
Wow.
Simpson was going to kill himself with a bullet to the head when his girlfriend tried to stop him from committing suicide. The bullet actually went through Sibbons' head, but didn't kill him. Instead, the bullet went into Miss Hagg's chest. Simpson and Hagg were hospitalized after the shooting, and she died the same day. At the hospital, Simpson told investigators he didn't remember anything.
Yeah, right.
Well, of course. A judge entered a not guilty plea on his behalf during a courtroom appearance when Simpson wore a helmet covering his injuries during the proceeding. Simpson was jailed in lack of $250,000 bond and could face up to 99 years in prison if convicted.
Good.
How does a bullet go through your head and doesn't kill you?
There was nothing up there.
I guess nothing was there to slow it down.
Wow.
And now his girlfriend's dead.
Yikes.
And we go to the Florida of the rest of the world. China never ceases to amaze us with bizarre stories about something someone did years ago that comes back to haunt them years later.
Yeah.
Well, a man lived almost 20 years with a plastic ballpoint pen cap lodged in one of his lungs after he inhaled it as a child and forgot about it.
How do you
Forgot
forget
about
about that?
You know what I mean about a ballpoint pen cap?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Here's one right here on this pen.
Yeah.
It came, apparently he had the pen in his mouth and inhaled it into his lungs.
Oh, man.
Well, he started coughing up blood over the last couple of years and decided now's the time to go to the hospital. Doctors did an x-ray and found the pen cap to be one from a big pin in one of the guy's lungs. When they showed it to the man, he said, "Oh, yeah, I remember inhaling the pointed object when I was a youngster in the 1990s. Wow. He suffered fits of coughing throughout his childhood and early 20s, but never thought that it was due to the pin cap. How do you forget that you inhale a cap from a big pin?"
Out of sight, out of mind, I guess.
Doctors were stunned when they found the object inside the patient, identified only by a surname Wang, at a hospital in China. Sure, a lot of people named Wang are there, and thank good for that because it's comedic gold. The man told the doctors he had been a chronic sufferer of coughing and chest discomfort since he was 6 or 7. Apparently, he said he simply forgot about inhaling the pin cap when he was younger. And I, to this day, don't know how you can forget.
You know, the thing is, he probably didn't tell his mom or anything.
Yeah.
He just, it's
I
gone.
might get a
Right.
whooping if I tell
Yeah.
him.
Right.
The man said I'd always coughed and had lung infections, but this was the first time I checked myself into a major hospital because I started coughing up blood.
How's he feeling now?
An endoscopy was performed on Wang, and the half-dissolved object was removed. Wang recalled inhaling the pin cap when he was 6 or 7 years old. His symptoms have since been relieved following the surgery, and he is expected to be released from the hospital in a few days.
There you go.
I mean, you inhale a pin cap and you forget about it.
Amazing.
Well,
You're 6 years old.
Yeah, that too. And that's what I'm saying.
That's where it is. Okay. All right. We remember the late, great Greg Allman coming up on the Bo and Jim Show.
Randy's here from the Matter Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram Traffic Center.
Arlington, 2